Concussions in athletes is a huge problem in many sports today, including football, hockey, soccer, lacrosse, and even field hockey. Recently, the number of athletes diagnosed with concussions has increased dramatically. That increase could be the direct result of more awareness regarding what a concussion is and the symptoms of one. Concussions are a huge problem at every level of sports, from elementary to pro. But child concussions have a bigger impact on the body. It is estimated that last year, 144,000 children were diagnosed with a sports-related concussion. This huge statistic only accounts for the reported concussions yearly. As many children who suffer a concussion, the problem goes unnoticed. This fact could be attributed to the lack of education that coaches, players, and athletes have about symptoms of concussions. Despite the number of concussions, there still is no system implemented to reduce the numbers. Concussion research in children is far behind the research that has been conducted for collegiate and pro athletes. Concussions in children provide more danger to their brains as they are still developing, and it could ultimately impede their development process. It is essential that concussion research in children catches up in the near future. In today's generation, many schools are defined and noticed by the tradition and success of their athletic programs. Let's face it, the legacies of success in sports carries more value and remembrance than a school's legacy within a successful math team. Schools place significant value on athletics, but a school's success is not more important than an athlete's health and life. Unfortunately, many of today's sports put kids at a risk of suffering a concussion. A concussion can be defined as a minor traumatic brain injury that may occur when a head hits an object or a moving object strikes a head. The brain, one of the most fragile organs in the body, should not experience such trauma, especially as a child during crucial developmental years. During a typical year, it is reported that high school athletes account for about 13.2% of all sports-related concussions. Athletes suffering concussions is a huge problem, but a bigger problem is the failure of coaches and athletes to take concussions seriously. Many teams are focused on the immediate result of an athlete participating and not on the long-term effect that continuous concussions could have on a child's brain. I propose to eliminate all high-risk concussion sports from high schools until technology is created to reduce concussion numbers and all coaches are properly trained on the symptoms and results of concussions.
In October of 2006, Zach hit his head hard.
Had he stopped after his first hit, we'd have a different story to tell today.
Implementing this proposal would prevent parents from giving an horrible account of how their child's life was changed for the worse due to a sports-related concussion.